Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am again starting a video in my car, so I apologize for that. I'm just trying to take advantage of what time I do have to film, and you know, this is a good time. So if you don't mind, we might have some car time here and there. But anyways, today we have got so many new releases to get to. It is insane. And most of them are like highly anticipated new releases for me. So I was thinking most of them ideally are going to be 5 stars. And I literally yesterday did just finish filming my reading until I get a 5-star. So it's kind of funny to do these two back to back. But yeah, ideally all these books are hopefully going to be 5 stars for me. We'll kind of see what I read and when. I mean, I have so many, they're not going to all fit in one video. But I definitely do have a select few that I know we're going to get to. For example, last night I started Watch Me. This one recently came out. First of all, she is gorgeous. I also love the naked hardcover here. This one, I knew going into it, I didn't think it was going to be 5 stars. I read Shatter Me when I was in high school, and I remember feeling like I love that series, but I felt like it started to drag on. I didn't think that it really needed a spin-off personally. I mean, we'll see how I feel. I am already almost halfway through this. On page 154, I'm kind of having the same feelings. Like, I like it, but I don't think we need a spin-off, and I think that, like, I don't know, the only good thing about this so far is just bringing up the old characters from Shatter Me. That's kind of how I feel. I don't think it's going to be 5 stars like I said, but it is a new release, so I thought we'd fit it in here. And I started this because it would be like a good placeholder before releasing 10, which comes out today. Now, I thought that that was going to be available on Kindle Unlimited because every other book is on Kindle Unlimited, and I went to check this morning and it's not. So that's heartbreaking for me because I was hoping to start it like right now, but I'm gonna have to wait for my pre-order to come in, which is really sad. So I'll keep reading this today. It is a very fast read. I mean, like I said, I only started it yesterday and I'm almost already halfway through. I do love that about this author's writing in this series, but the only thing I can think of right now is releasing 10 is my most anticipated release for this year. So I'm just counting down the minutes until I can get that. I'm really hoping it'll come in today, like after I get off work. That would be perfect. Okay guys, not that you would be able to tell, but it is the next day. I'm wearing the same sweatshirt. I just wear this in the morning, so that's why I said you wouldn't be able to tell, but I have releasing 10. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think to film last night. The only thing on my mind was reading this a little bit. I got to page 77. I am in absolutely no rush to make my way through this. You know, if I read it fast, I read it fast. If I read it slow, I read it slow. This is my most anticipated release for this year, so I'm so excited. When I got this, I just held it in my hands and stared at it for a while. My thoughts so far, I literally cried on page 10 or something. I forgot exactly what it was, but I put it on my Goodreads and it was like 3%, and I was like, why am I already crying? Like, I already feel so much for Lizzie. The past books, so this is about Lizzie and Huey. Lizzie, you don't like too much in any of the other books because she's extremely like volatile, like she gets angry very easily, and you're just frustrated with her because you're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And for some reason, these two characters, they have some history that you don't know about. In this book, we're obviously gonna find out, but I'm at the part where they meet as children, and oh my god, they are so cute. And we've only gotten like a little slice of Lizzie's childhood, and it made me cry. I'm so scared for what this is. What's gonna happen? Yeah, I'm loving it so far. I love these characters so much. I'm nervous. This is gonna emotionally wreck me. I will be back with more thoughts when I get further into this. Yes, I am still in the middle of Watch Me, but that got dropped the second this came into my hands. Okay everyone, it is day 3 in my car, so I apologize for that. This has kind of just been my best time to film, I guess. I have a lot of time in the morning here. But anyways, yesterday I had to go home from work early because I had a massive migraine that would not go away. So I had a little bit of time at home to read. I got up to page 245. Oh my god. Guys, as soon as I got here, my coworker, we rotate around, so the two of us aren't always like scheduled together. We're actually not scheduled together today, but they opened a new cafe that's like right here, and I work in this one, so we can still park together. But regardless, As soon as I pulled into work this morning, she was here. We rolled down our windows and we talked. I started sobbing about this book. I was crashing out about it. I started just telling her all the things. She doesn't mind too many spoilers. It interests her to read it. Still tried to keep it pretty spoiler free, but I was just sobbing, talking about the crap that happens in this book and the other books and what they're going through and how scared I am. Guys, this book is destroying me. Yesterday while I was reading it, again, sobbing. I can't handle this. So I'm not reading this at work. No way. I will just be sitting on my breaks crying. So while I'm at work on my Kindle, I'm just gonna start stalking Jack the Ripper on the side. I don't think I'll really talk about that in this video because that's not a predicted 5-star. And I don't plan to read too much of it. It's just one to read on the side, not one I think I'm gonna be 5 stars so I can give my full attention to this book. I also don't think I mentioned, but I am still reading Zodiac Academy, the audiobooks on the side, just on my way home from work. I'm on book 5, I think, 5 or 6, I can't remember, but those are 5-star books, so we can talk about that in this video. Every single book in Zodiac Academy so far has been 5 stars, so I mean, that's been great. I'd say I'm about halfway through that audiobook. Again, I know it's gonna be 5 stars. I just love that series so much. I also love this one so much. 100%, 5 stars. 100%. Like, there's no question about it. I've cried so many times reading this book, and like I said, I'm only on page 245. I'm almost halfway through. I never want this to end. I desperately want to go through and reread the series and annotate the fuck out of it. There's so many lines in this that are just heartbreaking and beautiful. I love Lizzie and I love Hugh so much. I'm so scared to okay, I'm like trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible. Where I'm at right now, they are still children. We have not even caught up to the timeline of where I think Binding 13 starts. So that's like terrifying to me because as you go through Binding 13, Keeping 13, the whole series, like there's something that happened to these two that I don't know about yet. And I'm scared. Really emotional. Also, I do have to say, 2 pages ago, she had a conversation with Joey. He says, "I'll be seeing you, kid." Dude, that made me cry. That made me cry. I love Joey so much. Oh my God. Something he says in his book to his girl all the time. So here, oh my God, I can't. I love these characters. I want to put them in a little bubble, keep them in my pocket, keep them safe. Anyways, 5 stars. You know it. Okay, it's now Sunday afternoon. We're finally in my shed. It's time for an actual update now that we're not in my car. I'm still on book 5 of Zodiac Academy. I'm like halfway through. This is most certainly a 5-star. Like I said, every book so far has been 5 stars, and this one is no different. Oh, we just had a moment with one of my favorite characters, and I swear to God, this series has been shitting on them. It is one of their like fault, and I'm kind of mad at them because they are so freaking stubborn. It's kind of annoying, but you know what? It's fair. It is fair, but it's annoying. So I'm on chapter 24, gonna still slowly make my way through this book. It is so good. I'm addicted to it. And then we have Releasing 10. I don't know if I can talk about this without like bursting into tears. Got a decent chunk of the way through yesterday. I was on page 264. I'm now on page 516. This book is so addicting. I could just sit here and read the rest of it, but I've been trying to pace myself. This book is so good. So good, but it is so heartbreaking. I want to cry at everything. We are almost at the point of Binding 13 starting, which is insane that this whole book, this full part, has been them as children. I gotta say, if you've read this, she is 11 years old. Like, younger than 11, but like this one part at 11 years old. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I feel like I'm gonna cry right now, so just this book is so heartbreaking. I don't know what it is about Chloe's writing, because like it has me in a chokehold. These characters, like, they mean everything to me. Something I love about this series is that every couple has, like, their thing that they say to each other. I want to get Shannon and Johnny's tattooed. Theirs is for keeps. Like, that's their thing, right? They just say that to each other. Joey, his thing is I'll be seeing ya. He said that to Lizzie in this, and I literally started sobbing. Like, just from that one little scene, and he says, I'll be seeing ya, kid. Their thing that they say in almost every single chapter is no matter what. You want to know what? They're not together in the other books. That's a pretty open thing. Like, you start Binding 13, you kind of know that. There's something going on. First of all, I figured out what is going on with Lizzie and Gibbsy. Heartbreaking! Because it's totally valid. It honestly is so valid, but on both of their ends, they are both so valid, and it's so heartbreaking to be in her perspective and know why she's hurting. But also, we were just in his perspective, and we know why. Like, it's really valid. Okay, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but they're just both so valid, but it's heartbreaking. Anyways, I really hope that there's a second book for these two characters, because they're not gonna have whatever happens in these pages and get back together that quickly, are they? Like, does this end on a cliffhanger and I'm just gonna be heartbroken for the next year? Maybe 2? I don't think I'm gonna be able to function after I finish this. I would die for these characters. I would die for them. Okay, that's enough. Enough dramatics. Like I said, I'm on page 515. I only have this much left. I could very well finish this today, but I think we're gonna go out and do some things in a little bit. So we'll see how much time I have to read, but I'm definitely finishing this week. Since this video is kind of fitting how many 5 stars I think I can find. We'll briefly speak about this, but I don't think it's going to be a 5-star. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm only literally 2 pages in. Not 2 pages. 2 chapters in. On chapter 3. Just gonna be slowly reading this at work because there's absolutely no way I can read this on my breaks. So I'll be reading this when I have the time. So far, I mean, I did try to read this a couple months ago and I wasn't in the mood for it, so I'm almost caught up to where I was. So no new thoughts for me at this moment. We'll see how I'm feeling when I'm getting to that point, and I'm really excited to be listening to the audiobook of this. I kind of only listen to it on my way home from work when I have a longer commute. So yeah, there's just this one part that I just want to get resolved. I want them to be happy. We're back in my car. It is the next day, Monday morning. Yesterday, I was able to finish releasing 10. I don't even know how to talk about my thoughts. My mind is numb. 5 stars. Freaking 5 stars. So first 5-star of this video. I honestly, don't know how to talk about it. That book was insane. The ending. I was sobbing my eyes out. I don't know how to move forward from this without having the next book. I don't want to think about it. I am, in so much pain. Actually, no book has put me in more pain than this book and this series. The ending that broke my heart in so many ways. And I want nothing more than to reread every other book and dissect every scene with Lizzie and Hugh. But I can't. I have too many books to read. But trust me, as soon as that post with the next book announcement comes up, my reread is starting. So I'm going to try to move on and heal until we hear about the next one, because I can't even breathe right now. I'm hurt. Moving on from that, Hugh. Guys, I'm gonna cry thinking about him. I'm gonna cry. Hugh, yeah, Hugh deserves the absolute world. Hugh is perfect. My heart hurts for him so bad with that ending. And I'm so scared for the next book, but I need them to be okay. Okay, let's stop rambling about it. You know, I don't want this entire video to just be releasing 10 because we have more books to get through. So let's just leave it at I am heartbroken. This book was 5 stars and I literally don't know how to deal. Moving on. Kind of completely forgot that I was reading this book. I'll talk about it a bit in this video since it is like a newer release and it has slight potential to be a 5 star, at least when I started it. I don't really... Okay, tough thing. The reason I say it could be 5 stars is because I loved the Shatter Me series, so that's why I'm including it in this video. However, I got up to page 154. I'm gonna tell you it's not 5 stars. I'm just not invested anymore. Like, I read Shatter Me many years ago, and it was perfect for the time that I was in. But this series, I'm not sure if I really care about it, and if I feel like there needs to be more. I am now also reading Stalking Jack the Ripper on my Kindle. I was just reading this last week so I wouldn't cry at work reading Releasing 10. I read it a little bit this morning because I couldn't sleep. I am 18% through this book. It's okay. I know with both of these books right now though, if I DNF them, I would never think about them again. That's what kind of makes me want to DNF books. But I need to get further through them, see how I'm feeling. Okay guys, it is Tuesday morning and I guess we're just gonna have to take what we can get from my car. I really just don't have much time in the evening to film. Like, I'm just exhausted and I look like crap. So I guess for me to be a better filmer, we're just gonna have to do more car clips because I was getting overwhelmed. I was like, I never have the time to film, and then I was like, all my videos are kind of big because I'm not able to give as many updates. So moving on, we won't speak about my car again. We've mentioned my car like 20 times in this video, so I'm done. I do have an update. Watch Me was not a 5 star. I did not care about it, so I DNF'd it. Stalking Jack the Ripper, same thing. I tried to read it twice and I don't care. And right now, even before reading Releasing 10, I was fighting off a book slump, so I'm not gonna waste my time right now. You know, too many books to read. So I'm putting those to the side for now. And I have started 2 more books. I am still halfway in the middle of book 5 of Zodiac Academy. Something happened on my way home from work in that book yesterday that had my jaw dropped and my heart racing. So really nervous for that book right now. I really would like to get back to it. Need to know what happens with that, but anyways. I did start Bourbon and Lies last night. This is gonna be my at-home book because, guys, this cover's gorgeous. She is gorgeous, but I'm not gonna read this at work. This one, I wouldn't have put it in a 5-star prediction video necessarily, but I do need to read this because my in-person book club picked book 2 of this series as our book club pick. So I want to get this one done first. I don't like to read out of order. And I mean, it could be 5 star. I love small town romances, cowboy romances. And this one has like a mystery aspect, which I absolutely love in like my small town romances. So I mean, it does have potential. I got up to page 63 yesterday and I wasn't even reading for that long. So I love that. I love a book that goes by quickly. So started this, pretty high hopes. So far it's going pretty well. I'm interested. And then I'm nervous for this one because I want to be in the perfect mood and I'm not sure that I am, but I really just want to get to it. I took the dust jacket off because gotta keep it safe, but this is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I love Emily Henry. I am nervous because I've been hearing some conflicting thoughts about this book, but I've loved every book of hers that I've read so far. So yeah, this is gonna be my workbook. Just gonna read it slowly when I can. I'm on page 21. I didn't get far at all yesterday. So far I'm interested. I've heard the plot a million times, but it just sounds like 2 writers are competing for the same job. That's kind of all I know about it so far. This one, what I know about it is that she's running away from something, kind of has to completely change her identity, and she moves on to this farm, I guess. Well, no. It's actually like a bourbon distillery, but like farm, I guess. Not too sure, but she's got some secrets, and his family, there's a rumor that if you fall for one of the boys in this family, you'll die, because that's supposedly what's happened in the past. Literally started off the first chapter with the man in this book, and he kind of watch a girl he loves eyes, and then you jump straight into the FMC's perspective. So that's interesting. He's grumpy, probably going to be a more emotional one because of that whole rumor and curse. So yeah, I'm interested in both of these. Really hoping Great Big Beautiful Life goes well, because like I said, like, you just have to be in the mood for it. I'm really hoping that I am, but after releasing 10, I'm just emotionless.
Hi there, it is like 2 months future me. I've gone through a major kind of editing slump, so it took me this long to get to this video. But I'm here to say that I was kind of dumb, and in my car I was recording a clip, and with my car, if it's plugged in, then it's connected to CarPlay, and with CarPlay it doesn't record any audio. So I did a whole no audio, really long video, and I honestly have no idea what I was saying. I can tell you, I was talking about Bourbon and Lies, and I think that was the clip where I was telling you guys that it was starting to get frustrating. Me trying to remember off 2 months ago, but I was really frustrated with how often we talked about bourbon. I know that's really weird because it literally says bourbon in the title, but guys, I swear bourbon was mentioned on every single page. Like, okay, yes, it's a part of the plot, it's a part of like where she is, where they are, and what they're doing, but okay, I didn't need to hear about how bourbon is made and how much you love bourbon, and bourbon, 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 bourbon on every single page. Like, it was really annoying. What else did I think about this book? I didn't feel like there was much of a connection between these characters, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe it was just me being disconnected. I wasn't vibing with the story, to be honest. I'm not really sure what else I was saying about Bourbon and Lies, but yeah, that part was annoying. And just, I didn't like the characters too much, and I don't know, I'll probably talk about it when I wrap up the book. And then I was saying that I didn't make any progress in Great Big Beautiful Life. I kind of read like 8 pages and then put it off to the side, and spoiler alert, it's still unread, so that's not gonna be in this video. This video kind of didn't go how I planned at all. I plan to read a lot of like new releases and actual expected 5 stars, and then I don't know, other things got in the way as usual. But stay tuned for the future, because I'm still going to do the video that I originally planned to do with the books I originally planned. So yeah, I'm sorry this video isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's still good, in my opinion. Okay, bye.
Hello, it is now Saturday. I'm unsure of how much time I'm gonna have this weekend for reading. We have some family coming over today, and I don't know how long that's gonna last and what we'll do tonight and tomorrow, but I have this much left of Zodiac Academy Book 5. This is right where you can tell, if you can tell, all the black edges on this is where every chapter like starts. So the chapters are like 2 pages long at this point on, and we're at a pretty stressful moment where a little plot twist is happening. So I do think if I sat here and read, I could read this before our family comes over. So that's what I'm planning on doing right now. It is really stressful. I'm scared for what this is gonna leave me with. Anyways, I'm just gonna sit here and read these last few pages. As for this, I'm on page 180, chapter 21. I am nearly halfway through, but I'm still not crazy about it. The writing is honestly just so all over the place for me, and I just don't really care about them or the storyline. But I will continue it because I have to read book 2 for my book club. So the thing I am loving is the small town vibes. I do love small town and all of that, so that part's good. Yeah, enough yapping. I'm gonna go finish this. Okay, it's been like 20 minutes and I just finished this. The ending was absolutely insane. 5 stars, just like every other book in the series so far. All I can say is just the series is incredible to me. I love it so much. I'm probably just gonna get the audiobook for this one. I'm also debating, like, now since I'm already kind of taking a break from this, should I kind of pause on the whole series? And my best friends have been begging me to listen to the audiobook of Quicksilver. It's their favorite book, and I keep saying, no, I have to wait till I finish the series, but like, should I just pause and listen to Quicksilver? Whew. I gotta think on that. I do have 2 days until I go back to work, so I will think, but I'll get back to you. I'll either get the audiobook for this or get the audiobook for Quicksilver, which I have up there. I have tried to read it before on my Kindle, and I wasn't in the mood for a fantasy. It seemed interesting. So yeah, I'll be back on if I either start this or Quicksilver. I gotta think about it. Okay everyone, it's much later in the day and I finally finished this book. I gave this 2.5 stars. I genuinely just didn't like it, and if I didn't have to continue it to read the second one for my book club, I don't think I would have finished this. By the end I was just skimming the pages. I didn't care about it. Like, I felt like the idea and the vibes and everything was there. It just wasn't executed well at all, in my opinion. So I'm really glad that this is over. There'd be so many. Okay. I also feel like it was just trying way too hard. Like, there were some lines where I was just like, what? So yeah, I want to move on and put this out of my head. And speaking of book clubs, a couple friends and I decided to make our own little small book club together. And we're going to be reading this book. And this wasn't like one I was looking at and thinking it's going to be 5 stars. I've been hearing conflicting things about it. So I'm going to pause this video and get back to you when I'm reading Great Big Beautiful Life. I have Rewind It Back here and some Quicksilver updates, because mainly Rewind It Back and Great Big Beautiful Life were the two I was thinking would be in this video, because they are 100% 5-star predictions, as well as releasing 10. April was such a great release month for me, guys. Like, my favorite authors, my favorite books. So yeah, I'll be back when I finish this book. Okay everyone, it is now Monday morning and I decided we will talk about this book. I guess this is more of like a reading vlog and seeing how many of them turn out to be 5 stars. This one, I'm on page 122 and it does actually have potential to be 5 stars, which is what made me want to include this. It's really good so far. I'm actually really enjoying it. One of the 2 friends that is reading this is on the same chapter I'm on, and we're both feeling the same way, and we've heard conflicting things about this book, so I'm really glad that we're both enjoying it so far. For some reason it's giving me Plated Prisoner vibes, and I don't know why, because it's not very similar, but it's the only thing I can think of when I'm reading this. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far, which I honestly wasn't expecting, because I wasn't sure what I would feel with what I've heard about it. I'm also going to start the audiobook for Quicksilver today. Yeah, those are my updates for now. I'm really enjoying this book. Gonna be reading it while I'm at work, listening to the audiobook of Quicksilver. Welcome everybody, it is now Friday. I have this much left in my book. This is hitting so hard. I just think that I'm reading this at the perfect time, honestly. Like, it's not like incredible. It's not something that like I'm dying for or necessarily going to remember or think about once I'm done with it, but it's a really good time in the moment. I think that's kind of like the best way to describe this. I'm really enjoying the romance and the world and the characters and everything like that. It's not going to be a 5 stars, I can tell you that, but I'm thinking like a solid 3.5 or 4 stars. We'll see how it ends, but I just wanted to give that little update before I finish this, definitely today. And I'm sorry that I've teased you guys with the books that I originally wanted to read in this video. I think I'm probably gonna end this video after my next update when I finish this, because I feel like it's already super long and I've been filming this for like weeks now, I feel like. And I don't know, we had 2 5 stars, 2 DNFs, and then 2 books that were one wasn't as good, and then this one was pretty good. So at this point, like, I just feel like I should just start another video, so I apologize for that. So for Great Big Beautiful Life and Rewind It Back, and then for when I finish Quicksilver, you'll just have to see my updates in another video. Like, stay tuned, it's coming. But we've already read so many books in this video, you know? But I do plan on reading those like immediately. I'll give you a Quicksilver update. I'm 20% in right now. I'm really enjoying the audiobook. I love the narrators. I feel like I haven't looked into it yet, but I recognize the girl's voice, I feel like, from a different audiobook. I'm not sure, but she's a very good narrator. I'm really enjoying her as a whole, and the guy's voice he's pretty good. But I am enjoying it so far. I'm not crazy obsessed, to be honest, but I feel like we haven't gotten into the meat of the plot yet. We're kind of being kept in the dark about some things, and I don't know, I am excited to be fully informed about the world and what's going on in this book, and then to actually move on with the plot, because right now it's just a little confusing still. So otherwise, like I said, that one's going well. I'll give another update about that when I come in for my last update for this. But yeah, like I said, this is going very well. It's just the right time, I'm sure. Probably gonna jump straight into the second book after this. Okay, everyone, it is a couple days later. I did finish A Dawn of Onyx the same day that we last spoke. I did end up giving this book 4 stars, and I jumped straight into the second one. But yeah, this one actually pleasantly surprised me. One of my friends picked it for our book club, and I was like, okay, I've had this for a while, you know, we've talked about reading this, but I hadn't heard too much about it, so I wasn't like fully interested or like expecting too much. It pleasantly surprised me. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So yeah, I gave this 4 stars. And this does now end off this video. I'm sorry that my plans went astray, as they always do, and I didn't read any book except for Releasing 10 that I was originally planning on. I am going to do this again in the future with the books that I actually wanted to read, but I can't get rid of the Releasing 10 footage. Like, that's my #1 read of this year for sure. So we're just gonna have to live with that. But I'm gonna do this again with the books I actually wanted to read. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. If you get anything from this video from me, read the Boys of Tommen series. It's my all-time favorite. #1. I would die for them. Actually, for Quicksilver, I didn't get too far into it, but I am enjoying that so far. So, you know, stay tuned for those thoughts as well. But yeah, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.